Okay, so this is how you tune with an SMPS or an MPPS clone. I've tuned some files myself with VAG Suite. I'm now on my 7th remap, just very slowly tweaking it, building up the boost, building up the fuel delivery, doing it slowly and carefully. Hence the 7 maps. So here's what you're going to need. Your laptop. You need your tuning cable, such as this SMPS I got off eBay. You can also use things like the Galetto, but I chose the SMPS. Other things highly recommended: power adapter for your laptop, extension cable, and a 12-volt battery charger of some sort. The more stable, the better. And you will need a car. So obviously you have to have a rough idea what you're doing in the first place. I wouldn't recommend getting one of those eBay tuning files and sticking them on. I mean, just people putting ECU flashes on for engines which are close, which isn't right. So for example, this is the Polo 1.4 TDI. But there's an Audi A2 with a similar engine, but there's nutcases flashing maps from the Audi onto the Polo and stuff. You know, it's crazy talk. Okay, so get your flash tool and plug it into the OBD2 port. Plug in, whack that in your laptop. Get your power up in your laptop. I should also point out that it's always very tempting not to plug in your power for your laptop because it's got a battery, and for your car because, you know, it says on the screen that it's got 12 volts, but don't give in to the temptation. Don't dick about. If you brick your ECU, it's going to be expensive. It's the one thing with flashing stuff in your driveway, is that something goes really wrong, you don't have the same level of equipment to fix it that the pros do. So we have flash tool powered up, USB in, software or laptop. So this is MPPS. First thing I'm going to do is hit the ECU ID button once I've selected. So I've selected my car. It's a Volkswagen Polo with the appropriate engine, EDC15 ECU. I'm going to hit ECU ID. So waking ECU, receiving information. Okay, and it pops up at the top there with what you're working with. Car details. In the bottom left hand corner you've got the voltage that's currently on the car, which is good. You need to make sure you're above 12 volts and no chance of the voltage dying midway through your flash, because that will kill everything. That done, I always do a read first of all. So with the keys in the ignition, lights are on, I'm going to hit read. Now in my car it normally throws an error the first time I run it, asks me to remove the dashboard fuse. This time it's gone straight into reading flash. Just doing that now. Voltage, progress meter, timer, the little transfer thing, away she goes. I've also got LEDs flashing away. Okay, so reading the flash off the ECU takes about 2 minutes on this particular car. So you might have heard a slight little noise there from the ECU, somewhere in amongst the dashboard stuff it makes a little buzz noise, and then it asks me where to save the file. Okay, so I give that a little name, save. Then we just switch off the key to continue. So let's do that. And then hit OK. And switch on the key to continue. reading the flash isn't something you need to do every time, but it's a bit of a safety precaution, and it means that I can check everything like the voltage running, I've got my power, my connection to the ECU is okay, before I actually do the flash. Safety first. I'm going to flash now, so key on. I'll just select my ECU again. I've done my ID, I've done my read, and I'm about to do my write. And it's important to note that the program I'm using does the checksum for me, so I don't need to do a check on the, well, to check the checksum. So I'm going to go to write. It's good to keep just your remap files in their own folder. There is a chance if you store your remap binary files in amongst other stuff, you could write a spreadsheet or something onto the ECU, which you don't want. You really don't want. Here is remap 7. Double click that. Do we want to continue programming? Keys in, ignition on, 12 volts, batteries plugged in, continue programming. Okay, and we're off. Transferring, going well. Got my lights on my doohickey. I don't know what that noise is, but it only happens when I'm reading or writing to the ECU. Okay, ECU made a noise that time. Switch off the key to continue. Look to that, key off. 5 seconds, let's hit OK. ECU making its noise. Okay, without further ado, I'll then unplug my USB. I'll unplug the adapter. Make sure I'm not in gear. And I will start the engine. The engine still runs, which is a good start. This time I bumped up the boost a little bit more, which I've been doing in 10 millibar increments. I increased the fueling and the torque limiter at the top end of the driver's wish map. And this time, for the first time, I also advanced the ignition timing by about half a degree when it's on peak boost. Because there's more fuel going in there and I want to see what that does for the power. Okay, so that's it. Unplug all your stuff. Switch off the engine after you've made sure it runs again. Back up your battery charger. Make sure you don't buzz yourself on the battery terminals when you unplug it. And then go for a test drive, probably. You can check out the outtakes from when I bricked the ECU a couple of minutes ago. And if you like what we're doing, hit like, hit share, +1 us, and subscribe. And let us know in the comments what else we'd like to see. Cheers, bye.